This is the brief on the epic Showdown in the Great Ruler fantasy series. Okay, so we're diving into the latest chapter of the five-party competition. You know where these top contenders, Chen and Qian, are just unleashing some incredible powers, really going head-to-head to see who takes the championship. First, let's talk Chen. After getting through a pretty intense trial, right? He's seriously leveled up. We're talking level 3 spiritual disaster and establishing his supreme ocean of spirit. That's like his core power source. He's also got this mighty summoning king pillar and uses a unique technique, his lightning god physique circulation, mixing spiritual waves with pure physical force. It looks like this awesome black lightning armor that can just overwhelm his opponents. Second, Qian. Well, he wasn't about to be shown up. He countered with some really formidable skills himself, showing off advanced combat forms. He pulled out the Angel Spear, a pretty potent heavenly weapon, and deployed his sacred light scripture, Angel's Prison, basically summoning a whole bunch of powerful winged light figures, plus the Angel's Shield as his go-to defense against Chen's onslaught. Finally, despite all that power, Qian actually took a critical hit. But then, and this is where things get really interesting, he undergoes this totally dramatic, unexpected transformation. Suddenly, he's got purple skin, these mysterious patterns, fierce purple eyes, and purple hawk wings. And the craziest part? He manifests a giant purple hawk with a dragon's head. It's confirmed as his actual physical form, not just some spirit projection. This reveals some kind of ancient, super deep lineage, totally changing the fight. So yeah, this clash between Chen's raw strength and Qian's shocking, unleashed true power completely reshapes the battle.
This is the brief on the totally wild battle in the Great Ruler episode 182. Okay, so picture this. We're dropped right into this high-stakes arena fight in the Great Ruler series. But things go off the rails fast when these two opponents unleash some seriously hidden, super dangerous powers. Yeah, it really shakes things up. First off, you've got Chen. He brings out the true form of the ancient sky-devouring dragon eagle. We're talking a beast rank 8th in their world's myriad beast records. Think legendary creature list, hitting this crazy supreme tier 4 power level. But here's the kicker. It's not just a power-up, it's this risky, codependent pact. Basically, Chen and the eagle, they're locked in this life-or-death struggle, each trying to overpower or absorb the other. Intense stuff. Second, our guy Chen, well, he gets absolutely hammered by this, Severely injured, looks like it's game over. But even when he's pushed right to the edge, his spirit, totally unbroken. He just refuses to give up. Finally, just when you think it's all lost, Chen's companion, Yu, get this, she's a pure-blooded genius from the Rock clan, super powerful bird lineage. She wakes up. She's been in this deep, power-boosting sleep and evolutionary slumber for 2 whole years, and she just casually dismisses this epic dragon eagle as a mixed-blood chicken. Then, bam! She lends her own massive supreme tier 4 power to Chen. He instantly transforms, matching and then totally blasting past Chen's borrowed power. So the fight ends fast, showing that even ancient beast power, it's got nothing on real genius boosted by a powerful, loyal friend.
This is the brief on the Great Ruler's epic battle. Okay, so we're diving into this really intense fight from the Great Ruler. It's this fantasy world, right? With cultivators, think martial artists using spiritual power. And this battle, whoa. Ancient monster powers and hidden abilities just completely flip the script. First, there's Chen. He's kind of struggling against this guy Qian, who's actually possessed by a powerful ancient sky dragon hawk. But then, boom, Chen caps into this terrifying strength, just shatters Qian's magical defense, his spirit formation. It wasn't just brute force. It showed how you can, unleash crazy potential under pressure, totally turning things around. Second, things get even wilder. Chen's mysterious friend, Yu, turns out she's an ancient undying phoenix, a super rare mythical bird. And get this, she evolves right there into an even more powerful version, hitting Zune power level 4, which is seriously high-level stuff. She instantly takes control over that Sky Dragon Hawk, possessing Qian. It really shows how these ancient bloodlines can just change everything on the battlefield. Finally, the big finish. Ju Yu hits the Sky Dragon Hawk with her immortal flame. Think unstoppable fire. It's devastating. But Ji-Can's tricky, right? So to make sure he can't escape and cause trouble later, Mu-Tian uses his ultimate move, the Eternal Imprint, basically sealing the deal. Victory secured, totally showing how smart teamwork seals the win. Yeah, this clash really shook up the power balance, highlighting how hidden strengths and smart alliances win the day.
This is the brief on the Great Ruler, Mu Chen's ultimate triumph. Okay, so picture this. We're jumping into a really intense moment from the Great Ruler. You know, that world packed with spiritual power and crazy battles. Yeah, well, chapter 184 wraps up this huge tournament, but not without some serious drama, shocking showdowns, and yeah, a new champ being crowned. First up, you've got our main guy, Mu Chen. With some help from the awesome Ju Yu, he pulls off this insane win. He uses something called the mandala flower, right? It's this wild, mystical plant that literally bends space. Its vines, packed with runes, grabbed and basically sealed away this massive ancient skyrock, which, by the way, was a super tough magical beast. Even the Grand Elders, these like top-tier cultivators, were blown away. Then Julio steps in and purifies the rock with her immortal flame. Pretty cool sign of their power growing, huh? But hold on, it doesn't stop there. Right after beating the rock, Mu Chen just goes for his opponent, Ji Qian. No hesitation. We're talking a super precise strike that not only wrecked Ji Qian's body, but almost wiped out his spirit, his Jichuan stream they call it. Seriously brutal stuff. Kind of shows you a darker side of Mu Chen, and just how high the stakes are, you know? Okay, then things really escalate. This attack ticks off Grand Elder Tian Sheng, who tries to save Ji Qian. But that leads to this massive face-off with Grand Elder Tai Cheng. He's from Mu Chen's own academy. Imagine this. Both of them unleash these godlike forms, divine, heavenly sovereign forms, powerful enough to warp space itself. Whoa. Luckily, other elders jump in to break it up. Plus, Mu Chen gets some key backup from allies like Wen Qingxian and Lo Li. So, bottom line, Mu Chen's victory is locked in, and he's officially named the champion of the Quintessence Tournament, basically the biggest contest around. So yeah, this chapter really cements Mu Chen's top dog status, shaking things up big time for the future of their whole world. This is the brief on the aftermath of the 5 Great Academies competition. So we're jumping into the world of the Great Ruler series right after this major competition. This is a huge turning point for our hero, Mu Chen. He's moving on from school life into the much bigger, kinda dangerous, Great Thousand Worlds. First, let's talk about Mu Chen's big win. He actually comes out on top in the 5 Great Academies competition. Even powerful peers like Wen Qingxian and Wu Ling, who are serious talents themselves, congratulate him, seeing his unique mix of gentleness and serious combat skill. This win really puts him on the map as someone to watch in this vast new world. Second, things get complicated with relationships and what everyone wants next. Wen Qingxian challenges Mu Chen to keep getting better, hinting at maybe something more later. And his childhood friend, Tong Channer, inspired by him, vows to train harder to stand by his side as they all face this huge new realm. Finally, and this is a big one emotionally, Mu Chen and Lo Li have this really intense farewell. Lo Li, she's set to be the empress of the super powerful Lo Shen clan, right? Well, she has to leave with her grandfather, Lo Tianshen. And her grandfather, he's a Dizen-level expert, incredibly powerful. Mu Chen, totally in love, makes a huge vow. Conquer the worlds, prove his worth to her prestigious clan, and finally reunite. This really marks Mu Chen stepping beyond the academy into an uncertain future, driven by ambition, love, and destiny.